Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. I want to tell you a little bit about an ingredient called sodium tripolyphosphate. You've seen it in your food packaging, either under the full name or as STPP. It's also being listed as E451, lowercase I. And what is this? It's a food additive that's used as a sequestrant or an emulsifier and a buffer. And it's commonly used in the food industry to retain moisture in meats and seafood, to improve the texture of processed foods, and to help stabilize mixtures of oil and water. But here's the question: is it bad for you? Well, the short answer is that it's a synthetic additive. It's considered safe for consumption in amounts typically found in foods by the FDA. But excessive intake, particularly in those who have kidney impairments, could be a problem due to STPP's phosphorus content. And it also can have an indirect health impact through the environmental issue of eutrophication. Should you eat it? Should you be cautious of it? Well, it's found in a lot of foods. It's a heavy preservative and a stabilizer. And you're most likely to find it in frozen seafood, in red meats, canned foods, dairy products like processed cheese, cereal products, soups, broths, food seasonings, and flavorings. So, in short, you can find it just about everywhere. So what would I recommend? Trying to avoid it. Generally, when I read food labels, and 99% of the time I do, and usually in that 1% when I don't read it, I should have, I tend to avoid foods that have things that I know could be problematic or are problematic. So in your food, read the packaging for seafood, meats, and processed foods, because they can contain varying levels of STPP. And you've got to read that label. And where it's placed, of course, lets you know the amount that is in the product. If it's near the top, there's a lot of it. If it's near the bottom, there's less. And if it's by the label that says 2% or less or 1% or less, then you can have a good idea of just how much the product contains. Now, there are workers in factories that may be exposed to airborne particles. So hopefully they're being allowed to wear protective masks and taking other measures. Some detergents and cleaners also may contain STPP. So your risk then is through skin contact or inhalation while you're adding it to your wash. So we're told that occasional consumption of foods containing STPP within the guidelines is unlikely to cause harm, and chronic exposure, whether through diet or environment, may increase the risk of complications from it. So although they recommend a balanced approach, I say avoid at all costs. Keep in mind that it's also released into waterways, and it can act as a nutrient for algae, meaning that some of the algae products you may be buying may have absorbed this chemical. And there are adverse effects on aquatic ecosystems as a result, including disruption of natural food chains, creation of dead zones where aquatic life can't survive, and the reduction in biodiversity because the waters aren't receiving as much oxygen, and then they become uninhabitable. So just be cautious of what you're eating, read your food labels, and decide if the risk is there for you. So if you found this video helpful, be sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this, as well as my other videos on faith, health, beauty, manga, Netflix reviews, and more all year round. My name is Julie. Continue to be happy, healthy, whole, and wonderful, my specials. See you next time.